Dow component Merck reporting quarterly results. Let's get to Meg Terrell with the details. Meg, thank you for doing this for us.
You know, anytime, Joe. Merck reported a beat on both the top and bottom lines for the third quarter. Adjusted EPS coming in at $1.75. That was 20 cents ahead of analysts' average estimate on earnings. Revenue was $13.15 billion, topping the $12.33 billion average estimate. Merck also raising its 2021 forecast pretty substantially. EPS now going to $5.65 to $5.70 per share. Revenue now projected at $47.4 to $47.9 billion. Of course, Keytruda, their major cancer drug, a big driver of the quarter, coming in at $4.5 billion in revenue. That's up 22% and topping analysts looking for about $4.3 billion. Gardasil, their HPV vaccine, also topping estimates at $2 billion. Now, the company saying that its full-year guidance does not include any impact from molnupiravir, its COVID-19 drug, that they are expecting an FDA advisory committee panel on November 30th. They're saying they're reiterating 10 million courses they plan to produce in 2021, now saying they expect to produce more than 20 million next year. We've got the CEO, Rob Davis, joining us at the top of the 7 a.m. hour. So lots to talk about there, guys. A big quarter for Merck. Back over to you.
I had a lot of thoughts with that story we did earlier about the generic antidepressant, $4 a pill. And you know, when you're trying to charge $700 like Merck or even more like Regeneron, that would seem to be a threat. But they may be part of a cocktail because they work by different mechanisms. So I'm not sure it would actually supplant the other ones or maybe work in addition to. But you figure it's when you get a $4 pill that might be effective. Do you know? So 16% hospitalized on the placebo, 11% on the. And it was a small trial. I mean, are those numbers as good as the Regeneron or the Merck offerings? Do you think, Meg?
Yeah, so the trial was about 1,500 people split between the placebo and the treatment arms. And I think people are pretty impressed by the result. We had already seen hints that fluvoxamine showed promise. They needed a large randomized study to back that up. There seem to be questions about what the right dose is. So I'll be very curious to see how this is treated in terms of treatment guidelines, if they're ready to recommend it already for folks or if they feel like it needs more fine-tuning. There are multiple other studies going on that have this drug included in the testing, so we'll get more results. But I'd be really curious to know if any of these antiviral or monoclonal antibody companies look at testing them in combination.